Hey everyone, this is Nate from Skills, and I'm back with another video talking about family law. Now, before we get into this, I just want to let you guys know this document that I'm reading from will be available on the Skills Twin site, so you can download it and look at it for yourself. We're just going to go through our quick rendition of what the rules are going to be for next week, and we'll look at some of the cases just to see what the cases are going to expound upon. So, again, this is for family law for the week of November 11th, and let's get into it. So first, last week we looked at divorce. This week, we're looking at the consequences of divorce, specifically property and distribution of spousal support, and at dissolution. You see, I'm even messing up my reading. Here we go. Let's first look at the rules for this week. So it seems like the rules, we're using the New York Domestic Relations Law Section 236, and we're using an excerpt. And this section is about maintenance and distributive awards. So first, we have a distinction between marital and separate property. And it says marital property is property acquired during the marriage. And it says before the execution of a separation agreement or commencement of matrimonial action. So you have here the definition of marital property, and then you have a definition of separate property. So this is going to be very important, it seems to be, when we're talking about who gets what after a marriage is ended. Why something would be defined as marital property, and what specifically would be defined as separate property. And some of the things that are defined as separate property are the property acquired before the marriage, or by bequest, devise, descent, or gift from non-spouse, compensation for personal injuries. So here's the list. So if any of the property falls into one of these categories, it's going to be deemed separate, or if it falls into this category, it's going to be marital property. So the next section we're talking about is distribution. Let me bold this so we can see. In distribution of marital property, distributed equitably, it says the court shall consider. So this automatically lets you know that these are factors. The courts are going to consider these, it seems like 11 factors. And these 11 factors, they make sense if you think about it, like duration of the marriage, for instance, health of both parties, to determine any award of maintenance. Because this is going to determine how the property is going to be distributed equitably. And this is what the court's going to use. Now, number 11 is interesting. It says impact of degree earned during marriage. So these are degrees that, let's say one spouse becomes a lawyer, for instance, or a doctor during the marriage. So it says here, the court shall not consider as marital property subject to distribution the value of a spouse's enhanced earning capacity arising from a license, degree, celebrity goodwill, or career enhancement. Now the professor has highlighted this because I believe some of the cases are going to elaborate on this impact of degree, determine how it's actually used in real life. Also, we're looking at some of the cases and how the cases are going to illustrate some of these points. Now, there are a lot of cases this week, and these cases are really going to illustrate how these rules actually work. And they're from New York. They're from a couple of places around the country, but they're going to go into the process of distributing property after a marriage. So, again, I know this is a quick video. Hopefully, reading through the document and hearing this little summary will help you have a leg up for next week in class, and I hope this was helpful. As always, don't forget to check the Skills website for updates, and I will see you next time. This is Nate Brody for Skills.